I am really excited today. I'm going to have a loan officer join us in today, going live. And today's topic, if you've been seeing all the topics, it's about the 3 ways that you can dominate to close leads, loans, or anything in your sales market. So I'm super excited to introduce myself, Jessica. I'm from LionDesk, and a loan officer that I have gotten to know through LionDesk personally, and she's from is it a New American Funding? It's
Sure
Carol
is.
Escobar.
Hi, guys. Really excited to be here and share some really good information with you guys. I love working with Jessica and I love Lions Desk, so hopefully we'll give you some really great tips you can use out for your business.
And before we hop on, how long have you been doing the loan office and funding?
19 years now, more than I'd like to admit.
That is great. So you guys, I'm going to dive in. I'm going to ask a couple questions. And if you guys want to ask her questions yourself, we have a chat. Go ahead and just reply with questions. And if we have time towards the end, we will bring those questions up and she'll try to answer some of those before we hop off. Okay, guys? So my first question for you really quick, Carol, is why did you use LionDesk? What made you want to try it?
Well, I really needed to be organized with my leads. I have a lot of realtor partners and they shoot off a lot of business. So they'll call me and tell me I have this client or this scenario. And so I got to find a way to be able to organize it and also know who gave me that lead. The integrity of the lead must stay with it. So that is really, really important. And overall, I needed to be able to do that, to find somebody at a moment's notice, to know who gave it to me, to know what's going on, to be able to set task reminders to reach out and to know all the activity that's been going on, not just through my text message. It's really hard to find text messages on your phone sometimes. So Lions Desk has been really important for me in that aspect.
Awesome. And what made you want to try it? Was there someone that you heard through? Is it word of mouth? Is it, within your guys' team? Because I know you guys have a huge group in your guys' office. And how has it helped you in your business?
Well, definitely a lot of the real estate agents and loan officers in the area were using it and recommending it. And so you do open up and look for a lot of different CRMs. Truthfully, they say that the best CRM is the one you use. So whether it's Lions Desk or any other CRM, if you actually use it, then you'll be able to organize your business and create more sales for yourself and your team. So once we started using it and the team saw all the benefits, they jumped right in and started using it as well. And we noticed that we were able to handle a lot more volume and be more precise and be organized. Overall, that's what we need to be in sales.
That's true. That's I love how you say it's the one that you use. The CRM is the one that you use. We've tried to say that multiple times to our users is anybody can get a CRM, but if you're not using it, there's no purpose to it.
100%.
Sure that it's set up properly, like your contacts are in, your tags are in, your communication is all set. So that way it's pretty much set aside and it's peace of mind. Like you could be doing other stuff. I know I've seen you, we follow you on Instagram and you're at the beach and you're at the gym and you're working out. And I'm sure you have stuff in place that is being communicated.
On my phone, like I can add a contact immediately. I know who's calling because it's text messaging me even like a couple seconds before they call me. So it's one of the most important things if you're outdoor or working from home. It's mobile, so if you could use it on the mobile app, that's another reason we got it, is because the mobile app makes it effective, efficient while you're living your life, but also while at work, it's at your fingertips.
That's true. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys don't know, we have the mobile app you're able to download, and it does allow you to get notifications, and you can link into that. So that's just a little side note, you guys. She just brought that up. And how do you use it, your team, yourself? How do you guys use it like daily in your business? What are some things that you guys do?
Absolutely. So I wrote down a couple of things. Obviously, the automation works. You have to get your automation going, set it up to get people on the phone. You should be having a message system that can go out 8 to 10 times to get somebody on the phone. And once you also have an email that comes from Lions Desk every morning for all the activity, for all the text messages that went out, all the responses from clients, they're going to pop up on your following morning. So you'll be able to go through that list of activity, and those are probably going to be the people you add to your follow-up for the day. You make a specific amount of sales calls. Why would you start and do a cold call when you actually have people responding to your messages? Those are who you start with. So if you could do that, again, automation works, but automation doesn't work if you don't. So you have to get that LionDesk morning email and be able to transform that into phone calls, and obviously getting them to work with you and showing them what the benefits are of your product.
Now, I know that you mentioned that your assistant uses it. How does she use it?
Well, the team has also, they know that the moment you get a lead, you got to input it in the system, because that's going to be crucial. So they are very good at inputting leads, but also categorizing what type of lead, refinance, purchase, English, Spanish, all of that. They have to do that, and they know that's part of the input. But also we use tags, and this works for pretty much realtors, lenders, insurance brokers. It doesn't matter what you do. Tags is an easy way for you to identify business and pull it out. There's no way for you to be able to look for somebody off of the top of your mind if you're doing volume. So, yesterday HUD announced that FHA financing will be allowed for Dreamers, for DACA. And how would you go and look for that? You can't go into Encompass and just pull a list that doesn't exist. So you have to, on your own, in your LionDesk, go in there and put a tag. And the team knows, don't go rogue and create new tags. We have a key of tags. These are the only ways that you can tag. If there's a reason that you can't tag it that way, then come talk to me. We'll create a new tag. But don't have 1,000 tags. It's going to be a messy CRM. We only have specific ones from price ranges. If a client qualifies for 500,000 or 565, we don't put 565. We put 500. It's a good enough range. It puts things in perspective. If a realtor says, I got a new listing for 500,000, I go through their leads and find out who do we have approved in that range, remind them. That's crucial. Tags are really important, and the team knows, don't go rogue.
I love that. That's true. You guys, so we see this on day-to-day. Users have multiple tags, and you guys, that's totally fine. But like Carol's mentioning, keeping it very clean, keeping your CRM clean is crucial in order to be organized, and allows you to also not have to worry to try to find a contact. You can't find it. It just makes it clean for you. Do you have any specific amount of tags that you think is a good amount that people should have to keep their system clean?
I don't have a specific amount, but for us, we've built about 10, and that really determines the type of financing, the purchase price, area, city or area. Again, we created one for DACA. I believe we started that in June of 2019 when they stopped that financing, and we said, let's think about this. They're going to change it. I know something's going to change. Let's tag it. So as your business moves along, you got to create that. Your business will trigger you to change those. And like I said, you guys can sit down and have a meeting and say, hey, there's going to be a need to identify more business a different way. So that's when you should, add those to your tag list.
Nice tip. Thank you. And then what are some personal success stories that you've seen in your business and yourself that you're able to see the growth from using LionDesk?
Well, we one story that I really like to share, because it was probably one of the first that I ever had or experienced with LionDesk. And that's when I said, I'm going all in. I'm going to learn about it. I'm going to do everything I can to get LionDesk down. We had an open house. The client walked in, didn't want to share his phone number, didn't want to share his email, didn't want to talk to us. He eventually signed in. He did put his correct email and phone number. I added him to my CRM, and I added him to the open house campaign, and he responded, and he asked for properties. At that point, I talked to the realtor and told him to communicate, and we were able to convert that lead based off of just adding him to a campaign and being consistent and following up on the phone and having them hear from us as well. And the fact that they were open to hear from us was great, but I don't think that we would have ever converted that unless we were sending him text messages and showing him access to a property. So that's a really big win. And even though now we're not doing open houses, getting somebody on the phone. I have a client, I have realtors who will call me and say, call this person this moment. They are so hot, they're ready, they want to hear from you. I'll call them and I go straight to voicemail. So add them to the campaign. That campaign goes off and gets them on the phone. And I guess text message is the way to go. People like to do it that way. And when they know that you're going to reach out, or they can call you and say, call me after 5 p.m. I'm at work. Add a task reminder, call, this client at 5 p.m. and you do it. Your agents are going to, just love that follow-up, and they're going to love your updates. And even the ability to click on your phone. I take my mobile app, I snap a picture of the activity and just shoot it off to my realtor. My realtor says, Carol's been calling, Carol's been text messaging. We've been doing everything we can to get this client the best services they can get.
Those are great tips. I shared a couple of people that actually were saying thank you for the information. Yvonne and Chicas, they also have great information, Carol. So this is helping our users understand how to use it, gives them other ideas to kind of step out of their zone of what they have in place and maybe try something new. To, you know,
Absolutely.
2021 is a year for you to always try, you know, not even just 2021, every year is a new year to try something new. And these tips are great for users, not just loan officers, but any sales professional.
Any sales professional, absolutely. Follow up is key, and if you can do that in your business, it's going to be good.
That's true. Now, do you have a favorite feature, a feature that you can't live without that you use?
The video is really good. If there's times where people don't respond to you, maybe it's because they don't know you, they don't trust you, they haven't seen you, maybe they don't remember they met you, who knows. But one feature is that you can mass text. You can specialize a text to anybody, any specific client. So if you have somebody who's been ducking and dodging you and you feel like, man, if I could just get them on the phone and say this one thing, but they don't leave, I don't even get the opportunity, uh, film a quick video of yourself and send it off and say the most spicy, the most, you know, important message you can get to that client, and they'll reach back. If they really are somebody who's interested in what you have to offer, they're going to reach back. So the video is pretty cool. And you could also do email video, which is also as productive. But don't forget, text messages are being opened a lot more than email. Some people don't even check their email for days. I know I do, but a lot of other people don't require to check their email. So that email video could be sitting there for days. You could send them off a video and say, I sent you something that's about a minute or two long, sent to your email, check it out. And they most times you'll see that they open those emails and that they actually get a look at your video.
Yeah, no, so a lot of people that may not know LionDesk and the way the text works in the video, it actually shows inside your text message. So it's not a link that's directing them off of your text message, because we know that if, I mean, I know personally, if there's a link in a text, I'm not clicking if I don't know where it's going.
Yeah, absolutely. No viruses, obviously it makes people a little weary because it could, they feel that something may happen where they take information from them or just anything negative. But this is a picture of you, the video of you. So for example, hey guys, I got you that DACA financing. I'm able to pre-approve you to a $50,000 more with this program. Don't miss out on it. This is the time. I think they'll absolutely pick up the phone and call you back because they know it's Carol, and it's not a link that's going to take them somewhere else or register their information. And now they're going to start texting and emailing me. It's a great way to just really put people on notice that it's me sending you the message and you can trust it.
That's true. Now, do you guys have, for like a campaign that you have for DACA or any specific tag that you have, are there specific like campaigns that you have in place for those people so that you can mass text, mass send, and do it all with one button?
Truthfully, we've limited the type of campaigns. DACA just happened. So basically all I did was look for my tag, brought up DACA. It showed everybody who had that tag. I clicked on the little square that checks off everybody on that list. And then I created my own message. So what I did was it allows you to put everybody's name. So if it's Dan, if it's Erica, if it's Yvonne, it's going to say hello, Yvonne, or hello, Dan, and then the message that I wrote. So you don't necessarily have to type a message for everybody, and it'll still go out and feel personalized to them, because the most important thing, obviously, is to personalize it, but obviously the message is what's most important to them. So if they can grasp that I'm now able to finance them and that'll help them pick up the phone, they're going to get that from me. So you don't necessarily have to create a campaign. You have such great features that if you think of something great today, which is what you should be doing every day, we're also marketing. We're also our own marketing team. You got to think about, what can I say today that's going to get me the most callbacks or the most return text messages or the most activity. And that's something that you can do every day. You get a new listing and you have people in there tagged for 500,000 and the listing's 450 or 500. You look for that tag, you click on those boxes, you create a great message. Speak the way you do. Don't make it sound like a robot. Don't make it sound like somebody, just created this message. You speak the way Carol does. Speak the way that you do, and your clients are going to feel that and know that and pick up that phone.
And that's so true. I actually spoke this about, it was earlier this week, about not sounding like a robot, because then they know it's, pre-script, pre-everything. They want to know how to get to, it's that warm, fuzzy feeling like, okay, I can connect with this person. And that's what you want to do, is find your way, how you can connect with your community, how you can connect with your clients, because that's the biggest thing here, is being able to be relatable, because that's where they'll go to you. Like, oh, she works out. Oh, she likes a dog. It's whatever that is that you show is what they're going to do to come towards you.
Absolutely. They'll gravitate. If they meet and feel a specific way about you, they'll definitely reach out to you.
And I know that you mentioned referrals earlier before we even hopped on. We were talking about referrals because I know that's also a big part of your business. How do you get referrals? Because I know a lot of users are always like diving, how do I get more referrals? How do I get more people sharing about me? How do you do it? How do you get, do you use LionDesk? Is there what is it a tip that you can share?
100%. You got to create a past client campaign that reaches out to the client throughout the year via email and text. And just basically giving them great tips about things that they can do for their home, but also things that you can ask them, like, do you know anybody who's looking to purchase, sell, or refinance? They already know how you work. They already know you're responsive. They obviously worked with you and trusted you to close a transaction with you. What better commercial is it than that? So if you could actually ask them, and you got to ask your clients for referrals. They absolutely know people who are buying, selling, or moving, or need to take a look at this product and become a homeowner. There's an absolute way to do that. And again, once your client is closed, you change it from one category to the next. They're no longer a new buyer, or they're no longer a pre-approved buyer. I'm going to change that contact type, and I'm going to make it a past client and add them to my past client campaign. And now they're going to start getting those text messages and emails. And some stuff is just things that I think about them. I think about, a great tip for their home on how to insulate their home and, not use so much energy. That's going to be something that I decide that I send out. I could easily find all my past clients and create that message, personalize it to them, and send it out. So, again, we're also a marketing team. We're our own marketing team, and you got to get out there and think about what you can send them that's going to be valuable.
That's true. You talked about personalizing something that's for them. And I've done a lot of looking around, what's the best way to email clients database? And really, when you send an email, you want to make it valuable to that person. So if you're just sending them a lot of newsletters and things like that, yeah, it's great. But any little personal message that's great to that specific user, it makes that little bit, gets it another bit notch over for them to want to stick with you, work with you, and feel comfortable because they know that you're thinking of them. And that's really ideally is staying top of mind so that they feel like, okay, I'm always thinking of them.
100%. If they can do that and think of Carol or think of Jessica when it comes to a specific thing that you're going to win them every time.
Mm-hmm. And you guys, before we hop off, I'm going to have Carol share her top 3 tips on how to use LionDesk. But before that, I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to start asking a couple questions. And that way we can bring those up at the end when she's done. Okay, guys? So Carol, what are your top 3 things that you do that make you successful with LionDesk? How is it your day-to-day? What does it look like with LionDesk?
Well, first we print out the daily email and check out the activity, because as I mentioned to you, automation works. So you can, best thing you can do is create campaigns to do everything that you feel is going to be a money producing activity. So number one, you want to make sure that you get a campaign going to get them on the phone, a campaign to let them know what kind of documents they need so that they can get pre-approved with you that will follow up with them. And of course, like I mentioned, the past client campaign to ask for referrals, to keep in touch, and to just always have your past clients in your database. So if you can do that, and then print out your email, look at the activity, and reach out to those people, that's going to be the best way to convert. And automation doesn't work unless you do. You can't send out all these text messages and then not respond to them. You have to be very responsive, and you got to let them know you're there to answer their questions. So if you can do that, that's going to be, I think, tip number 1. So automation doesn't work unless you do. And identifying those money producing activities. So definitely creating your tag list and only using those particular tags to organize your business. You'll be able to find your clients and find whatever type of client you can offer a solution or a product to. If you could find them quickly and know that in your database, or even just define who gave you that lead. Is it a CPA that has been working with you that refers you clients? Is it your realtor, Dan? Is it your realtor, Erica? You got to be able to break those down and find them so that you can give updates and so that you can give your realtor the best updates for their particular client. And number 3, I would say definitely using the video. You have to use the video so that you can get the best results and so they could see your face and see you and be consistent with it. So if you could talk to your realtors that way, if you could talk to your clients that way and use it, get used to making those videos. This is kind of the market we're going to move into. We've obviously been here during COVID, having to do Zoom calls like this and things of that sort. So if you could find a way to communicate and let them still see you, even if they can't come into the office, that's going to be basically the new wave of business for 2021.
Tips. You guys, I hope you guys took note. If not, this is always going to be live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, our Facebook groups. You can always go back and get those amazing tips that Carol shared with you guys. I do have a question. I'm going to show it up right now, Carol. I'm not sure if you can see it, but a user asked, do you have any text message examples that work for you that you send to every client once you meet them?
So once you meet them, I guess the idea would be that when you met them, you had to have established what do they want. If I know that a client has a specific thorn in their side or needs some kind of assistance and I know what it is and I've identified it when I've already spoke to them, then those are the things that I'm going to focus on. So if somebody tells me that they have problems with their credit or that they didn't get approved for enough, then I'm shooting them off messages that are specific to them. So you got to find out what's their pain and you got to offer a solution. Again, I'm never convincing somebody to buy. I'm offering them options. And if any of these three options fits what they're looking for, it's a no-brainer. They're going to work with us. You don't got to twist anybody's arm to work with you. So just find out what is it that's important to them. And even when you ask them that question, they're going to feel good because you're getting down to what is it that they need. Mm-hmm. You know, offer them a solution to their needs and wants, and you're going to have that client work with you and trust you.
I love that. I hope that you guys all enjoyed today's live session. Carol shared great tips with you guys that are not only for loan officers that you can use as a sales professional, entrepreneur, real estate agent, that you can apply to your day-to-day. And again, I want to thank you so much, Carol, for jumping on today, sharing your experience, sharing your tips, and giving us, because I know how busy you are, so I appreciate your time.
100%. Anytime, Jessica. We love LionDesk, and we're just going to keep using it and improving it, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Definitely. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys have a great day, and you guys have a great day. Bye.